Hey nerds, Bevan here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am joined by, hey, come here, Potato Head, Flash. Hi guys. Yeah. Ugh. By Potato Head. Hi baby. Yeah. This is Potato Head. And Flash. Flash, come here. Up. Can you up? Can you up? She's here. I don't know if you can see her, but she's right there. Anyway. Potato Head, Flash, and myself are here to talk about toys. Because what else would I talk about on this channel? Duh. Specifically, we're here to count down my top 6, because I couldn't pick 5, my top 6 Holy Grail action figures. Now, before I get into the countdown list, I just want to say thank you to everyone who has subscribed recently. I got a whole schwack, I got a couple handfuls of subscribers here in January. So thank you, welcome to the new people. If you have not yet subscribed, feel free to do so because you're here to listen about toys. I'm here to talk about toys. Might as well hit subscribe. I can be followed on Instagram and Twitter at Bevan Boycha, also Instagram at Prairie Toy Photography, where you can see pictures like this. And without further ado, we will now get into my top 6 Holy Grail action figures. I have a lot of figures that I really want for my collection that are, they're a bit more expensive, but that's just the price. Like Mezco X-Force Wolverine is a $90 action figure. That's the retail price of it. It's a bit out of my budget, so it could be a Grail, but what this list is, it's figures that are the value of it has gone well above the retail price of it, and I'll get into that here with each figure. What I did in preparation for this video is I went on eBay and I looked at the most recent sold listings for each of these figures, and I got like a rough value of the price. So what I'm actually going to do here is I'm going to start with the least expensive and move my way up to the most expensive Grail, which I guess would be like the holiest of Grails on this list. But like only because of the price point, so don't read too much into that. The first figure on this list I have a version of, but I don't have this version of the Toy Fair magazine exclusive World of Springfield Radioactive Homer Simpson. I have this version of Radioactive Homer from the same line. He came with the nuclear power plant playset. He was in the first wave of World of Springfield figures, and I'm missing his helmet mask thing here, but I love this figure, and I just want the exclusive version because it glows in the dark, and that's really the only gimmick, but like it's a great figure. You can see the Homer likeness there. This is one of my favorite toy lines of all time. Was probably my favorite. It's like a top 3 line. I had a huge collection back in the day that I sold to go to college, and I'm currently kind of slowly rebuilding them. So that Radioactive Homer, I need. This figure actually does not cost a ton. It goes from about 35 to 60 bucks Canadian, plus shipping, of course. All these prices will be in Canadian plus shipping, but like 35 bucks for an exclusive figure from one of my favorite toy lines, really not that much. Sticking with World of Springfield, I also badly need the first edition of the Treehouse of Horror playset. Playmates Toys released 4 different Treehouse of Horror playsets, one each year for 4 years of the line. This first one is just amazing. I had it when I was in high school collecting. It was the only one I had from the Treehouse of Horror set, and I need it again. And again, this one isn't too bad either, considering it comes with 4 figures and an interactive playset. It runs from about like 75 to 100 bucks Canadian plus shipping. Leaving Springfield and going to the Marvel universe here, we're talking about Jubilee Wave Cyclops. I had this figure up until a couple years ago and had to sell it due to financial reasons, and I need it back because this is one of my favorite versions of Cyclops here from the Brian Michael Bendis version of Uncanny X-Men, that run, which I'm currently rereading here in graphic novel form. This takes place right after the X-Men versus Avengers storyline, which is amazing, by the way. So if you haven't read that, make sure you go out of your way to read that. This Cyclops runs for about 100 to 120 bucks in the package, Canadian plus shipping. The Simpsons figures were also in package prices as well. Up next, which I guess this is number 4? Yeah, 1, 2, 3. This is number 4. It is the ringside exclusive NWO black and white Macho Man Randy Savage. If you know me, you know I love WCW more than any other wrestling, basically. WCW from like late 95 to late 98, early 99-ish is like my fucking jam. And this Macho Man really just encapsulates that whole thing. Even though he was in the NWO and I was like 8 years old and I should have hated him, I loved Macho Man because he was so freaking wild and he was always fighting with Hulk Hogan. So like, you knew he'd be a good guy. I need this figure. This Macho Man now, what used to be a $30 figure, is now on eBay anywhere from $250 to $350. It's fucking insane. Up next on the list, ringside exclusive once again, Bret the Hitman Hart in the all pink outfit. Bret Hart is a top 2 wrestler all time of mine. He was my favorite wrestler when I was a kid. I've met him twice in my life, once as a fan, once as a wrestler myself. And he was a gentleman both times. I love Bret Hart still. This figure is unreal. I want all the Mattel Bret Harts. I only have one, and he's got like 5 or 6, I think, now. But this one here is like the stupid expensive one. Like Macho Man, the ringside exclusive, $250 to $300 Canadian in package, plus shipping. And the last figure on this countdown was originally a higher end piece with a high price tag. We're talking about SH Figuarts Qui-Gon Jinn. Now, this figure when it was released was probably in that neighborhood of like 80 bucks Canadian, I want to say. I wasn't collecting back then. I don't have any SH Figuarts, but I want this one. It's probably about 80 bucks back when it first released here for retail. It now goes on eBay anywhere from $350 to $420 Canadian, plus shipping. This will be the one that I never get because I will never be able to justify $400 for a 6-inch action figure. I'll never be able to do it. I'll probably never get those ringside figures either unless I get a stupid deal on a Bret Hart. That one I will need more than the Macho Man. But let me hear from you, the toy collector. What is one figure that has just escalated in price so much that you can't even justify it anymore? Bonus points if you saw it in the store, didn't buy it, and now it's way out of your price range. I did all my plugs earlier in the video, so just make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and until next time, folks, I'll see you next time, folks.